We all kind of know our cats watch us, right? But what if it's more than that? What if I told you they aren't just watching? They're studying you. They're taking notes. And some of the things they've figured out by observing you, well, they might just change how you see your cat forever. You know that feeling, right? You're just chilling on the couch, maybe scrolling through your phone, and you can just feel it. That sense that a pair of eyes is tracking your every single move. Well, guess what? You're not imagining it. Your cat is basically running a constant surveillance operation on you. So behind those quiet, kind of judgy stares, your cat is running this high-stakes study, just trying to figure out exactly how your world ticks. And you're going to want to stick with me on this because the final thing they've learned, oh man, it's going to completely shift your perspective on who's really in charge in your house. Okay, so first up, your cat has become an absolute master at decoding your daily routine. We're talking about your physical habits. It's all about them spotting the patterns that you don't even realize you have. Seriously, think about it for a second. Have you ever noticed how your cat seems to steal your warm seat the exact instant you even think about getting up? Yeah, that is not a coincidence. They've learned to recognize what are called your micro movements. You know, that tiny shift in your weight, or the specific sound your phone makes when you put it down, or even that little sigh you let out right before you move. To you, it's totally subconscious, but to them, it's a flashing neon sign that says that warm spot is about to be free. So there's actually a scientific name for this. It's called social learning. It's basically your cat watching your actions and figuring out what's going to happen next. There was a study back in 2020 out of the University of Vienna that actually confirmed this in cats. They are incredible at watching our patterns and adjusting what they do based on them. They're like little expert data analysts, and your daily life is their data set. But okay, why are they so obsessed with your favorite chair? This is where it gets a little different. This is something called social modeling. See, if social learning is about what you do, social modeling is all about the value you place on things. They see you, the undisputed leader of the household, right? And they see you valuing that spot. So to them, that chair becomes the safest, most important piece of real estate in the whole house. By sitting where you sit, it's like they're trying to absorb a little bit of your status. Okay, so this intense observation, it goes way beyond just your physical habits. It actually gets a lot more personal. So personal, in fact, that it's led them to create an entire language just for you. Now, this, to me, is one of the most incredible things about cats. Out in the wild, adult cats almost never meow at each other. Seriously, they use scent, body language, those little slow blinks. But they figured out, probably pretty quickly, that we humans were basically deaf and blind to their natural language. So what did they do? They adapted. They changed for us. Think about it. Your cat has literally invented a personalized vocabulary just for you. The meow they use when they're demanding breakfast is totally different from the one they use when they just want some attention, right? And that entire language, it was built by them watching how you reacted to different sounds they made. It's like this secret, special dialect spoken by only two beings in the entire world, you and your cat. All right, so let's recap. They've decoded your habits, they've invented a whole new language just for you, but it goes even deeper. They've also learned to read something that's way more complex, your emotions. Your cat has learned your emotional baseline. They just know when you've had a bad day, sometimes even before you've fully processed it yourself. And they're not just reading your face, no way. They're detecting that subtle tension in your shoulders, maybe even sensing the chemical shifts in your body when your stress levels go up. And you might see them mirror that anxiety. They'll get restless, or maybe they'll just quietly offer their support. And look, for anyone out there who still thinks cats are these aloof, uncaring creatures, well, there's some powerful science that says otherwise. Research has actually shown that cats can form what's called secure attachment bonds with their owners. And get this, it's the very same kind of deep, fundamental connection that human babies form with their parents. That's a huge deal. And it explains why they're so tuned into how we're feeling. It's not just about getting pets, it's a core foundational part of your relationship. Okay, this brings us to the final point. The most profound and honestly, most surprising thing your cat has learned from watching you. Remember, this is the one I promised would kind of change everything. I just want you to let that question sink in for a second. Who's really training who? I mean, we all think we're the ones in charge, right? We're teaching them the rules of the house. But what if we've had it completely backwards this entire time? Yeah, that's right. The single most important, most powerful thing your cat has learned from meticulously studying you is how to train you.
They have observed your responses, they've analyzed your weaknesses, and they have carefully, methodically molded your behavior to fit their needs perfectly.
So how do they pull this off? Well, it's a process called operant conditioning. And basically, every single day, your cat is running these little experiments on you. They'll test out a specific kind of nudge, a certain type of purr, or, yep, that infamous 2 in the morning meow. Then they sit back and watch how you respond. And based on your reaction, they refine their strategy. This stuff is wired into their DNA. As solitary hunters, cats had to be absolute masters of cause and effect. If an action gets a reward, you do it again. If it doesn't, you drop it. And they are applying that same ruthless efficiency to you. Now, this might sound a little manipulative, but it's really not a one-way street. Your cat's entire world really does revolve around you. This incredible bond you share, it's a true partnership of mutual observation and learning. They study you for sure, but in turn, you learn how to respond to them. It's a two-way street. And so that really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? We spend so much time and energy thinking about what we teach our pets. Sit, stay, don't scratch the furniture. But maybe, just maybe, the more important question we should be asking ourselves is this: what has your cat successfully taught you?